What's up guys, today I explain you My Hero Academia, the symbolism behind Dabi's name, explained. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe this channel. Now have fun with the video. Villain names are meant to be fierce and grueling, yet Dabi's alias doesn't fit the criteria in either sense, at least on the surface. However, looking at the meaning behind the word Dabi, which roughly translates to cremation in English, it's obvious that the name has a very grim undertone. Cremation is a type of burial by fire where the body is incinerated to the point where nothing is left but ashes and dust. The name fits Dabi's character in My Hero Academia rather perfectly, as his quirk turned his body to ashes. Moreover, Dabi's character in the series has been marked by themes of death and despair. With a name that further symbolizes these elements, Dabi is the perfect villain name for such a character. By naming himself Dabi, Toya's fate was already set in stone, as his goal was to burn himself to ashes and take his father along with him. By giving himself such a macabre name, it can be implied that the alias marked the demise of Toya, as the person he was before died in a grisly fire. The name Dabi is another nod to his blue flame quirk, which left his body in ashes and his flesh burnt to a crisp. By using his quirk, Dabi was, in a way, cremating his own body by turning it to ashes, which further pins the name Dabi as the perfect alias for the villain. Even before taking on the alias of Dabi, Toya was almost cremated to death by his own quirk when it went out of control on Sokoto Peak. According to Dr. Garaki, Toya's body was entirely incinerated, with nothing but burnt flesh left behind. It was only due to his advanced medical technology and burn cure that led to Dabi's body being saved to some extent. It won't be wrong to state that Toya was, at one point, almost cremated, which makes the alias Dabi quite befitting, albeit in an extremely grim and macabre way. The name Dabi holds layers to the meaning and symbolism behind it. On the surface, the meaning might refer to Dabi's own quirk and his rotting body under Blue Flame's effects. However, the meaning can also be linked to his own father, Endeavor. After taking on the alias of Dabi and distancing himself from his previous identity, the villain's goal was to solely ensure his father's downfall, along with burning everything that Endeavor held dear. In a way, the meaning cremation is targeted towards incinerating all that Endeavor holds close, instead of merely referencing his own self. This interpretation of Dabi's villain name has been hinted at multiple times throughout My Hero Academia, whether it was during Dabi and Endeavor's one-on-one battles or the former's subtle actions during the latter half of the series. Dabi's villain name is already quite symbolic, especially considering his past and his self-harming quirk. However, the name also holds a rather emblematic connection to his actual name, Toya Todoroki. The name Toya is formed by joining two kanji in the Japanese language. The first one translates to lamp, while the second means arrow in Japanese. Putting the two together roughly translates to a light arrow, which symbolizes growth, endurance, and strength. The name fits perfectly with Endeavor's hopes and dreams associated with Toya's birth, since he had projected all of his ambitions onto his son. From making Toya stronger than himself to ensuring he surpasses All Might's legacy, Toya served as Endeavor's light, and his name symbolized this very aspect. The contrast between the names Toya and Dabi further exemplifies the villain's character arc, as he went from being the light of Endeavor's hopes and dreams to almost becoming his downfall by the end of My Hero Academia.